It was really depressing all summer when it first was going into bankruptcy. I mean, the grass wasn't mowed, it was just grass weeds growing up all over the place, and it looked terrible. It was just a huge blow.
Financially, it just took a nosedive. And even though they kept telling us, oh, things are all right, all things are all right, they were lying through their teeth.
It's been a big impact for the town, and not just Sweet Springs, Concordia, Emma, Alma. There's so many towns that used the hospital. So yeah, just wish it would be back.
There is no hospital on I-70 between Kansas City and Columbia. That's kind of scary when you think about any accident for almost 100 miles. I mean, you got 30 miles one direction or the other, but not right along I-70. So our nearest hospitals are Warrensburg, Lexington, Marshall, and Sedalia. Those are the four closest, and all of them are at least about 30 miles.
It was needed on the interstate like this. And we get those stories all the time now about people in other communities like Concordia that say that they really do miss it. They're 8 miles away, but then they could bring their patients. They could bring them down here in less than 10 minutes.
My neighbor, he had a heart attack. He called me and said, hey, can you get me to the hospital? His wife was not around. I took him there and they were able to save him. And we had to transfer him, but at least it was here that he could be saved.
If I have a heart attack or if I have a stroke, my chance of survival, if it happens here in town, is greatly decreased. The older I get, the more I'll think about it, because that's, the older you get, the more health problems you have. I did use the emergency room myself a couple of times when I needed some emergent care. The first one was a spider bite, of all crazy things. Second time was I had appendicitis. I just hope I don't need it again.
I look at hospitals and medical facilities a lot like I do schools. When you lose it in your town, the town is never the same. And you can see this town after town after town. It hurts your other businesses, your stores, whether it's grocery stores or gas stations or your local downtown businesses.
We moved here when I was 9 years old in 1956, and our family's been operating a grocery store ever since. We're a nickel and dime business. You lose 2% of sales and your expenses go up, it greatly affects the bottom line. You wouldn't think it would affect the grocery store that much, but it affects everything. It hurts the community.
There are main things that a town needs to attract businesses, to get people to come to work at your existing businesses. They usually look for churches, a school system, and healthcare. I've been on the school board for several years, so that's one of the things that I know it impacts teachers. You want them to move to your community, and without health care, it's hard to get them here.
We had a lot of people that would come in from the hospital that worked there. We served sandwiches, so they'd come in for lunch. They'd come in and get snacks, get cheese trays. I'd say probably 10% was the hospital business, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but since we are a small town, that is quite a bit.
Since Washington, Missouri.
They've said it can't be a hospital again, but that it could be like little clinics, which would be great. I mean, it'd be better than nothing.
But we're awaiting their announcement of what they're going to do. It's still kind of tied up in the bankruptcy thing right now. It's not a hospital, but it would be bring a lot of people back and bring health care back to the community, and would be the next best thing to a hospital. So we're hoping that happens.
We don't have any dates. We don't have any idea when this is going to happen. It's frustrating, yes it is.
So for us, opening up a medical mall wouldn't really be a great benefit for our community because we are already offering those basic services now.
But having like a dentist come in and some of the others, that would be a plus for the town, but it's just not the same as a hospital. It's just not the same.